right, Arzen Pirates. This one here is just for general literary commentary about, um, how the literature of video games works. And so I've seen some reactions and watched some content creators discussing the game. And because of that, I heard that on social media, which I don't follow, like I don't follow any of the games, anything social medias at all. I watch some content creators discuss games, and that's all I do, right? I don't talk to people or keep up on that stuff. I might go over to some subreddit if I need help in some game I'm stuck in, but I don't then sit there and read the news and all that stuff, right? Or the discussions because it's just nonsense. We've got trolling over in Zen forums too. Like it's not that interesting stuff. People are like arguing about microtransitions or something, or performance. And so this one is a little bit about, some people didn't like the performance of the game, and I also saw some reviews that didn't like the story very much. Uh, I think the story is great so far, but I'm just at the very beginning. But one thing I noticed is that there was and I played a little bit of the first one because I could play it for free a few months ago and try it out. Is that in none of the reviews that I really hear them talking about what like a viscerally cinematic experience this game provides. Like some of the cutscenes already and some of the like set pieces have already been just like phenomenally cinematic, and like maybe people that are like, I mean, it's like what it sounds like is you're going to a theater and on the way in, you're going to see some new like Christopher Nolan movie or something. On the way in, there's a bunch of people outside bickering because like the decibels were a little bad or something. Like a bunch of them just complaining and like maybe kind of demanding they want their money back at the ticket thing. And then you go in and you sit down and you watch like the most genius movie you've ever seen. And then you walk back outside afterward and there's still just a much bigger crowd there where they're all talking about this stuff, right? And then you want to look around for someone to talk to about the movie, and you're like, you know what? Never mind. I'll just go home. I'll see if any content creator actually played the fucking video game and was interested in it. Um, uh, yeah. But this scene seems like it's going to be one that's like it already. Like we walked up to this gate, this portcullis just rose up back there. We're in the middle of this quest I'm doing, and I was thinking that this might end up being a good one to show the forum, like the kind of like just one scene these modern games can put you in, um, and like how well orchestrated they can really be.
I suppose I ought mention this as well. The pawns in this party are women all.
And I've no objections.
Nice one, Athena. Don't you like how Athena actually just interjects herself to make comments, but my literary commentary is still basically the same? Interesting, isn't it? I mean, that's some good technology, folks. You got to admit it.
Useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
I say, we collect as much as we can carry.
Fine, we'll listen to Athena every time. That's just how you got to play it, Oh, and we found a chest already. Here, it's a little dark, isn't it? There we go. I am the type that likes gathering and making sure I have all the potions I need all the time. So I'll always usually invest some time into doing that kind of thing.
An ox cart was meant to meet us, yet 'tis nowhere in sight. Or it may have been...
Uh-oh. I'm falling behind the quest, though, because I'm walking around picking flowers. Alright. Alright, sorry, Gregor. Sorry, Gregor. Forgot we're on a mission here. Did you hear what he just said about book reporters? I don't know. Oh, what do we got over here? Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm playing this in the dark, and this is pretty cinematic. Or atmospheric. Why is there a fire over here? Doesn't anyone want to check this out? Oh. I can camp if I want to. I don't think I want to camp right now. All right. And that's actually a feature of this game I enjoy quite a bit. The one we're experiencing now is a lot of people complain that there isn't fast travel, where you just... Uh-oh. Ambushed. Oh, skeletons. Jeez. Well, those are a little tougher than I'm used to. All right.
Of course it falls.
Sorry for the interruption.
Isn't that always the way it
Uh-oh.
goes? Can't say I'm thrilled.
I'm getting
but
the
I think
impression that I might not get to finish what I was saying. Well, what I will say is that the act of fast traveling puts a lot more atmosphere and sense of adventure into every square inch of this game, and not putting it in is a brilliant literary stroke, right? Because if someone wants to experience this game, that's how you experience it. If you walk all the way to your destination and then you encounter whatever's there, that the process of that walk makes the ultimate encounter have a lot more narrative influence on you, you know?
More marks of the
Just like
dragon's fury.
actually walking between chain
Rampage
communities,
must have
maybe.
weakened the earth here.
Like I said, maybe the same way that walking to meet a Zen master would be different than just typing to meet one, you know? Oh, what? Dude, did you see that? Is that
I don't know
normal?
about you, Master, but I'm worn out. Mightn't we have a rest before pressing on?
Sure. Let's go back to that campsite. So you guys are getting a real adventure here. That's another thing, is you can outsource a lot of the narrative to, because these pawns will go around and recommend you do things and tell you to like pick things out, you know, and like, or they'll find a quest and suggest it out of, like, you're in the middle of doing one thing, and then a pawn will be like, "What's that over there?" and like point at it. And so by that system allows you as the player to shop out narrative detail to the programmers who made the AI in the pawns.
You're looking rather lost.
I've never camped before. We're gonna see what it's like. An intense adventure. You know what's funny about that? Is that's one of my favorite puns. Is the fact that intense, like in hyphen tense, the two words, like when you're like a camping joke. I always like, whenever something's like really cool, I say it's intense because it's something you'd like do when you're camping. You know, like I'll be like, that's intense. You know. Anyway, it's a pretty perfect game, isn't it? How do I sleep here? Let's get some rest, folks. Yeah, let's rest till morning. I think the night's kind of spooky myself.
A good sleep does wonders.
Good job. Doesn't that even give off the vibe of like a morning campfire?
well.
Like, do you guys camp a lot? Like, the effect in the air when I first looked up and it was light, and I was like, that's kind of what a morning campfire looks like. You got that little effect, you know, just coming off the coals. You know, it's very well done. Like, this is part of the cinematic experience. Is I'm just following what's happening, and this is the scene that we're inside of, and Like I would have walked right by this and not noticed if that pawn hadn't told me to do this. But because I'm doing it in the middle of my adventure here, where I'm on the way to this big narrative thing, like that whole experience was just very cinematic. You know, and there's just very basic features and functions of this game that make it so much more cinematic than anything else I've been playing lately. Um, you know, Baldur's Gate is a very different type. It's a different animal, right? So I wouldn't compare it directly to this at all because the experiences are not even remotely the same. This is a much more fluid cinema experience. I feel like I'm walking in a movie that unfolds as I move in like any given direction, right? It's like the whole game, it's like the whole mind ground of the video game is alive with its own play, and that all you have to do is go in the direction of one element, and that element turns on, and you're in the play. You know, it's a really fluid experience. You know, it even gives me a chance to chat on the bridge. You know, I just took you guys across a stone bridge here in Arzen Pirates. You know, that's the meta level of literary commentary that it allows me to do too, you know?
Not shrink from danger. We've the strength to prevail over anything.
Gotta stop to pick a potato. You know, I love that stab because it is just the jump stab. Ooh, I hadn't seen that one before. Ooh, look at how. Ooh, that's a Dark Souls reference. It looked like to me, like the stab motion itself. Anyway, but the one he does when he fights, it's like a replica of the patented move that Brad Pitt used as Achilles in the movie Troy. And I think it looks so much like it that every single time I see it, that's kind of what I think of, you know. Which is cool because, you know, my character's named Cervantes, but I kind of based this physical look and chose his class on him being like, he's like Odysseus in my mind, right? Because Athena's the pawn's a sidekick. So he's physically based on that. And like, I didn't even like the movie Troy when I saw it, because I actually was reading the Iliad very actively that year, and like pretty intensely, which with me would have included some reading in an actual tent. And then when the movie came out, I just didn't think it just wasn't up to my standards.
Onward. It might await us on the road ahead.
All right, good point, Gregory. All right. What is that thing? And people were also, I read some reviews where they didn't think the music was good, but for just background music that pops up in this fluid play, because maybe I'm seeing it, maybe it's even more just theatrical, like a stage play kind of fluidity that I'm talking about. I'll have to think about that more as I continue playing. Oh, jeez. Oh, those are harpies. But anyway, that's what I was saying. That's why I really like that they have that visual, you know, cinematic reference to the movie Troy in here, is because I actually, you know, I'm looking at the literary commentary I'm making in this game, like in a very specific way. Let me finish that fight there. See, that's the one right there. That was pretty heavily featured even in the previews, I feel. When Troy came out. Oh, did that harpy kill a deer? Yeah, forget that. So kind of the way I've been seeing this story as I've built up my idea to do the Athena pawn, and then, but instead of, for what we're doing, right, so this is an Odyssean adventure we're taking on, but for this Odyssean Odyssean adventure, the version of the hero we need is actually Cervantes, right? Because kind of the way I see it is rather than like the Odyssey, as we obviously know is set in the ancient Greek world, this is the same sort, the same adventure. The one I'm not saying what the game narrators wrote. They wrote the game that I'm playing inside of that I get to discover on this process. But the way I'm seeing it, because of like the the mythos that they built it out of, which is like Western medieval kind of lore, is I'm seeing it as like that, like this is an Odyssey type adventure, except since it's medieval, it's Cervantes going alongside being Athena's like uh, you know hero who goes and solves the story, you know, um, and so that's
I am
kind of why I
attentive
just
and
like seeing
loyal,
that
and
Troy
prefer to remain
reference.
by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize.
I mean, anytime you bump into a pawn in the world, they interrupt you. It's really annoying. Not sure how they picked up that trait. All right, come on, cats. Um, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so I like that Troy scene popping up in my head every time I see it. And like it fits exactly like what I was going for this character. He'll be moving to a different class when he gets the opportunity, but still. But see all this traveling, like your character even like you even hear in my headphones I hear the breathing like very well, like he's out of breath. There's another fire up there. I guess most game players, like the ones that complain, and it's probably not most, it's probably a small number, but those are probably just the lazy ones who'd rather hit a button and go from town to town and don't want to have an experience like this. But it's like this is the experience that that most of us I think pay for. You know, this is why the game is worth paying some money for.
What's this? We're trapped.
Oh shit. I jumped. Alright, here we go, folks. That looks a lot like a Cyclops.
Fine.
Well, we have everyone we need right here, I promise.
Encounter one here of all places.
Cyclops. Pray, be on your guard.
Oh. Oh. Oh, geez, he knocked Athena over. Holy shit. Oh. Well, this last bit of health doesn't seem to be going down much. Oh, there we go.
One more push ought to bring it down.
You can grab hold of a foe while standing by making contact with them while pressing R2. Once you have hold of an enemy, you can push or pull them to draw their focus or knock them off balance. Alright. Sorry, as you see, I'm experiencing this for real on the fly here. Oh.
Victory is at hand.
Get this guy out of the way. Oh, jeez. Oh. Fall, 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 fall. Oh, there we go.
Fall back.
Oh no, there's a flood? Oof.
You have my gratitude, sir. I had taken you for another force arisen. Goodness knows we see a lot of them.
There you go. Oof. Sorry, I need to wind myself down a little bit after that encounter. But look at how that technology allowed me to bring an audience in here who has been reading my commentary in Greek mythology for 4 years, and then take them alongside me, just narrating as I go, to face down a Cyclops encounter with Athena at our side, right? And the whole thing was just like a fluid stage that I could walk across, and it would produce that kind of literary commentary, right? And so some of you can actually go, well, here we are 3 years later or whatever, and Linseed is commenting on literature from inside of a video game. I told you it was a renaissance. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Yet the value you showed in coming to our aid has dispelled such thoughts.
Oh,
Here,
thanks,
take
Gregor.
this as a mark of my trust.
I appreciate that.
Give it to one of the sentinels stationed at the gates to the capital, and you'll be granted an audience with Captain Brandt. You're free to make your own way to the capital now. I see no need to keep you under constant watch, and I'm sure you'll breathe a little easier as well,
I think I will breathe a little easier as well. I didn't like having all those guards walking around me. All right. When I commented that their armor looked like BMWs, that wasn't necessarily a positive comment about the local political and economic situation. Okay.
Of course, if you'd rather continue to accompany us, you are still welcome to join us on the ox cart. 'Tis your decision.
Now, a free ox cart ride, I'll probably take him up on that. But let's look at this. What do we got here? Cyclops. Ooh, we looted a misshapen eye. We have a Cyclops eye. There you go, guys. I just claimed the eye in front of you. I think we will end it there. Let's get Athena in frame though. There you go. You like that little hood I got her? I'm investing all of my resources into her outfit, right? That way, when I upload her to the cloud as a pawn, she will be popular. That's an old literary trick called literature. See you later.